Hey everybody, I'm Will Saletan from the Bulwark. You're not going to believe this, but Donald Trump is trying to tell Muslim voters in the United States that he's their guy. This might be, in a campaign full of lies, the most amazing lie he's told. Trump is the worst anti-Muslim bigot who has ever been nominated for president by a major party, at least in my lifetime. And when you remember that Trump has called for suspending the Constitution and has used violence to try to overturn an election, given all that, his record of openly persecuting Muslims based on their faith is a warning sign of what he might do to some minorities if he regains power. Let me start by showing you what Trump is now telling Muslims. On Friday, he went to Michigan, where there are lots of Muslim and Arab American voters, and he told them that they should vote against Kamala Harris because she's campaigning with Liz Cheney, the former Republican Congresswoman. Trump reminded them that Cheney's father, Dick Cheney, was a major player in the Iraq War. Here's what Trump said.
And why would Muslims support Kamala when she embraces Muslim-hating Liz Cheney? Can you believe Liz Cheney? A total loser whose father brought years of war and death to the Middle East. Why would you support somebody if you're from the Middle East or even associated with the Middle East? Why would you be supporting somebody with a Cheney family? The father killed more Arabs than any human being on earth. He pushed Bush, and they went into the Middle East.
And then on Saturday, Trump did another rally in Michigan, and he escalated his false allegations against Liz Cheney.
Kamala is campaigning with Muslim-hating warmonger Liz Cheney, who wants to invade practically every Muslim country on the planet. And let me tell you, the Muslims of our country, they see it and they know it.
In fact, Trump implied that he would end the war in Gaza.
But the Muslim and Arab voters in Michigan and across the country want a stop to the endless wars and a return to peace in the Middle East. That's all they want. Like we had under President Donald J. Trump. Have you ever heard of him?
And Trump brought a few of his Muslim supporters on stage to tell other Muslims that Trump had promised to end the war.
We as Muslims stand with President Trump because he promises peace. He promises peace, not war. We are supporting Donald Trump because he promised to end war in the Middle East and Ukraine.
Okay, so all of this is BS. First of all, Trump himself supported the Iraq War. Here's what he told Howard Stern, the radio talk show host, shortly before the war started.
Are you for invading Iraq?
Yeah, I guess so. I wish I wish the first time it was done correctly.
Now Trump claims that he opposed the war. But he says that while we were there, we should have taken that opportunity to steal oil from Iraq. I kid you not. Look at what Trump said to an audience of businessmen just 2 weeks ago.
They control Iraq, which was a stupid move, going Iraq. I remember I said, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. But I said it as a civilian. Then they did it. I said, okay, you've done it. Keep the oil. But they didn't do that either.
Now, when it comes to Gaza, Kamala Harris was actually out front early on, saying that although Israel had every right to defend itself, too many Palestinian civilians were dying. And Harris has repeatedly called for a ceasefire. Trump, however, is privately telling Bibi Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, to keep going. Listen to what Trump said just 10 days ago. This is video from a tarmac, so the words are a little bit hard to make out. But you'll hear Trump complain that Joe Biden is trying to hold Israel back, and that instead we should be telling Netanyahu to keep it up.
Look, he's doing a good job. Biden is trying to hold him back. Just so you understand, Biden is far superior to the VP. He's trying to hold him back And they probably should be doing the opposite, actually. I'm glad that Bibi decided to do what he had to do, but it's moving along pretty good. Everything's moving along.
So that's the truth about Gaza. Trump, not Harris, is the one who's fine with all the killing. But now let's talk about Muslims. There's no record of Harris or Cheney ever expressing any kind of hatred of Muslims. But there is a long record of Trump doing exactly that. It goes all the way back to 2011, when Trump was thinking about running for president against Barack Obama. And what did Trump choose as his line of attack against Obama? He suggested that Obama was secretly a Muslim.
People have birth certificates. He doesn't have a birth certificate. Now, he may have one, but there's something on that birth, maybe religion, maybe it says he's a Muslim. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't want that.
Then, in 2015, Trump did run for president. And he didn't just bash Muslims. He said they should literally be banned from coming to the United States. Watch.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on.
Why did Trump call for a ban on Muslims? He said that many of them hated America. So just to be safe, we should ban all of them.
According to Pew Research, among others, there is a great hatred toward Americans by large segments of the Muslim population.
But it wasn't just about safety. Part of Trump's argument was that Muslims were trying to change our religion.
They want to change your religion. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Not going to happen.
This was personal for Trump. He had a visceral feeling about Muslims. Here's what he told Anderson Cooper on CNN in March of 2016.
I think Islam hates us. There's something there that there's a tremendous hatred, and we can't allow people coming into this country who have this hatred.
And Trump didn't just target foreign Muslims. He also went after American Muslims. Here's what he said in July of 2016 about the Muslim neighbors of suspected terrorists.
I think that the people in the community know what's going on, whether it's in a mosque or whether it's in the community, and they have to report these people.
And here's what Trump said the next day about what should be done, not just to the suspects, but to the whole community.
If a community isn't going to report when they know something's going to happen, those people have to suffer the consequences. That's all there is to it.
That was 8 years ago. Trump did ban travel to the United States from 7 majority Muslim countries. To this day, he has never apologized for any of his slurs or threats against Muslims. In fact, right now, in this campaign, Trump is still playing on prejudice against Muslims. Listen to the way he talks about Obama. This is from a rally in Arizona 2 months ago.
Barack Hussein Obama. Remember Rush Limbaugh. Barack Hussein Obama.
And here's Trump at another rally in Pennsylvania.
Barack Hussein Obama. Has anybody ever heard of Barack Hussein Obama? Remember Rush Limbaugh? Barack Hussein Obama. Rush, the great Rush Limbaugh, right? We miss Rush. We miss him.
Hussein. Subtle, huh? And while Trump is telling Muslims in Michigan that he'll end the suffering in Gaza, here's what he told the Israeli-American Council in a speech 2 months ago.
I will ban refugee resettlement from terror-infested areas like the Gaza Strip, and we will seal our border and bring back the travel ban. You remember the famous travel ban? We didn't take people from certain areas of the world because I didn't want to have people ripping down and burning our shopping centers and killing people. But we're not taking them from infested countries.
You heard him. Nobody from Gaza will be allowed in. Nobody. And that ban he imposed on travel from Muslim countries, certain areas of the world, he says he's going to bring it back. And if you think this is just about security, if you think it's not about Trump's underlying hostility to Muslims, listen to what he said in that speech about Chuck Schumer, the Senate Majority Leader.
Chuck Schumer is a Palestinian. Who would have thought that was going to happen? What the hell happened to him? I saw him the other day. He was dressed in one of their robes. That'll be next. No, Chuck Schumer is Hamas all the way. I don't know what the hell happened to him. If you support him, you're crazy.
Palestinians, robes, Hamas. To Trump, it's all the same. So why is this overt anti-Muslim bigot trying to repackage himself in Michigan as a protector of Muslims? Because he knows that in Michigan, Muslim and Arab American voters could swing the election. It's a totally cynical play. I mean, listen to the way Trump talks about it.
Kamala is in free fall. You know, she's in free fall with Arab and Muslim voters. Now, in Michigan, did you notice that my poll numbers are very good with the Arab voters? Did you see that? My poll numbers are very good. I appreciate it.
So if you're Muslim or you're Arab American, don't fall for this lie that Trump gives a damn about you or your community. He's the most visceral, most persistent, most dangerous anti-Muslim demagogue who has run for president on any major party ticket ever. And if you're not Muslim or Arab American, you should worry about this too. Trump's persistent efforts to persecute Muslims, to ban them categorically from entering this country, and to punish entire Muslim American communities for any terrorism committed by a single Muslim are a signal of what he might do if he's reelected. When people say Trump's not really a fascist, or that he wouldn't do what fascists have done in other countries, like using the power of the state against minorities, they're forgetting he already has done it. And if he wins, you can expect a lot more. See you next time.